I'm going to do these separately because they were kind of different. The first one is a young man actually had won Most Improved Wrestler his freshman year. This young man has set records this year. Even though he didn't win any championships because he was a district runner-up, the regional runner-up, and lost to the exact same guy, he was the highest placer in our state by beating that guy in the state tournament. He has never has won against him, and in the biggest stage, he finally surpassed him. He also passed the school record for total wins in the season. Sorry, Brian. Brian was at 41. This guy passed it at 44. He was 44-5 this year as a junior. He finished number 4 in the state of Texas in his weight class. He is once again one of those consummate leaders who's and once again, him and Brian would train a lot together, and once again I had to calm them down because they would always want to go full speed. They would train with Jeff, train with Jacob. They would not slow down. But that's the way they brought themselves to the mat. He's also one of the most calculated wrestlers, if you know who I'm talking about, when you watch him wrestle. He never is in a rush. He's always thinking 3 moves ahead of the next person. That's what made him so good. Because he's so athletic that he can out-athlete anybody. But he relies on his intelligence and his wrestling IQ to build himself up against the top opponents. And just to rub it in a little bit more to him, so he remembers this, he was up on the state champion with 30 seconds left. And he did a junior thing. At the highest stage, that's all it takes. But it shows the potential that this young man has. And next year, he's already favored to win it, Kallon Guyton. All right, this other young man. Once again, I'm going to miss him. He's always wanted the MVP award. He always wanted it. Because he talked about it every year. Yeah, you're already moving your hands. He was a huge, first off, we'll talk about our dual season. He is a huge part of our dual success. Because when other guys were either out or going to college visits or anything else like that, he could wrestle at 220, 285. And the thing about Jeff is that he started out the year 0-4. He started real rough. And then he won 20 straight matches. The thing about him was that at the beginning of the season, he was wrestling a different style. And he knew that right off the bat and we had a conversation, and he knew it, Coach, I can't keep doing this. And we talked about changing the style, and after that, he changed his practice to reflect his new style, and it completely took the 285 by storm. He wrestled 285 pounds because we have a lot of guys that weigh around 195 and 220. He wrestled all the biggest kids in the state of Texas at 205 pounds. And he was one of the top wrestlers in the state. His highest rank was number 4 in the state at one point. At 205 pounds. Every time they look at him and go, Coach, what does he weigh? Oh, way less than that guy he's wrestling, I promise you. But he was never scared. He was always confident. He always had a plan. It is a process. He always says it too. He said, Jeff, you got to speed up. Coach, it's a process. And he did. He had a process. He wrestled a kid that gave up 60 pounds to, and they split throughout the year and won a district championship in overtime. And I'm proud to call myself his coach, Jeff Francis-Diaku. Seniors, one last time. I love every single one of you like you're my little sisters, my little brothers. And I'm going to say that every single year. And I'm going to miss every single one of y'all. I thank y'all for what y'all have done. I thank y'all for everything you've given me in this program. I remember coaching y'all at Rouse. I remember the first days I got to have with y'all. And it went like that. Parents felt the same way. That sophomore year, y'all thought it was going to happen. It was going to go slow, and like that, it's over. This has been the most successful theme and program I've ever been a part of. And it's not the part I'm going to remember the most. It's the road trips. It's having conversations with y'all at duels. It's having side conversations with y'all in the weight room or in the mat room. The times we laughed uncontrollably when all our equipment fell on top of Jeff on the way home from state.
Oh, yeah.
It's things like that I'm going to miss. Those are things I remember. I'm not going to remember a lot of this stuff. I'm not going to remember all the awards and everything else like that. I'm going to remember y'all as people. And someday I hope that like a lot of times when y'all all know adults are talking about where you had a lot of coaches and you forget them. Hopefully I made enough impact that y'all won't forget me. And if you do, just know I'll love you no matter what. And I thank y'all for your time. Parents, thank you for letting me coach your kids. There's not a place I'd rather be. There's not a group I'd rather coach. And every single day I thank God I get to coach these kids. And I thank y'all for having the opportunity to let me do this position, because without them, I'm nothing. We have the greatest kids, and no coach, and don't let coaches tell you that. Like, oh, I've done all this stuff. No, they didn't. The kids did it. The parents that raised them did that. I just got them to the tournament. And I thank y'all for everything you've given me, guys. And I thank y'all for taking your time tonight to be here. I thank you for everything you've done this year. We will not drop off next year. To all my young guys and young girls, understand. You are the baddest dogs on the block now. And everybody knows it. Make sure you defend it every year. Go Grizzlies.